Welcome to American Popular Song Today, changing the way you listen to music. It's been an exciting week here at APST, and we wanted to share some good news with you right away. American Popular Song Today is being featured on Music First, the amazing cloud-based platform for music education. I'll put the link in the description below and a little pop-up card here for anyone who wants to check it out. Teddy and I could not be happier to be part of this fantastic program. Special shout out to any Music Firsters who may be watching. Teddy and I hope that you will love American Popular Song Today. Yes, I'm gonna tell them. Teddy was very brave this morning. He went to the vet and got 2 vaccines. We've given him a little pillow for his little face, which he's not using, and of course his favorite toy, Red Ring. You relax, co-host. I got this one. This week we're talking about, drum roll please, Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal.
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
Smooth Criminal turns an easy question into a difficult one. Who is Michael Jackson? Why is it such a difficult question? First, let's hear that theme song! Michael Jackson? Well, the easy answer, as any serious person will acknowledge, is that Michael Jackson was one of the greatest artistic geniuses of the 20th century. Smooth Criminal is one of his most enduring classics, and today I want to use that song to add another tool to our listening toolbox. Singers inhabiting characters. In the course of a song, a singer will almost always refer to someone else. Usually that someone else is nameless, just a pronoun like you, he, or she. Sometimes the other person will have a name, and through naming, Popular Song has given us a whole universe of interesting characters. Why, yes, we do have a few examples.
Golly Miss Molly.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man.
Casey Jones, he's better. Jessie's girl. Johnny be good. Billie Jean. Goodbye, Mrs. Robinson.
Jolene, Jolene.
You're my new and Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. Mr. Jones and me. Eleanor Rigby. Ziggy plays guitar. Jamming good with Weird and Gilly. Spiders from Mars.
What's most interesting is that these characters being referenced in the song almost never get to speak for themselves. Instead, we learn about them from someone else, the singer. The singer might go so far as to actually tell us something the other person has said, like John Mellencamp quoting Jack in Jack and Diane.
Jack can say, hey Diane, let's run off behind the shady trees.
But rarely do we break free of the quotation marks. Rarely does the singer go further and suddenly become other characters in the song. Why is that? Well, just like in real life, the default rule in popular music is that with one voice, you inhabit one personality, even if that personality can tell a story or even quote other people. If we want to hear other characters speaking for themselves, there are only 3 things we can do. First, the most common way for another character in the song to have a speaking voice is to add another singer who will inhabit that character. The new singer might be a bandmate or a backup singer, like in Hit the Road Jack.
Now baby, listen baby, don't you treat me this away, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday.
Don't care if you do, 'cause it's understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good.
Another example of that technique occurs in Perfect. The woman Ed Sheeren describes finally gets a voice of her own when Beyonce comes in and remakes the song as a duet.
I found a man stronger than anyone I know.
£2. Felt like more. The second way to give more than one personality in the song a voice is to let music or sound speak for that other person. Jackson Browne uses that technique in The Late Show. As the singer, he invites a girl to get in the car and drive away with him. Listen for how she answers his invitation. With the sound of that second car door closing, the woman speaks her answer. She says, yes, I'll go with you, but she doesn't say it in words. She says it in sound effects. Finally, there's a third way to give more than one character a speaking voice, and it's the one Michael Jackson uses in Smooth Criminal. Just do all the voices yourself. Don't quote the other characters. be the other characters. It sounds so obvious, but that's all the more reason to marvel at the fact that it is so rare. Teddy and I were nevertheless able to think of a few examples to demonstrate the 3 ways that one singer might inhabit multiple personalities in a song. First, the singer might announce a change in personality through the lyrics. That's what happens in Space Oddity by David Bowie. 1 minute he's ground control, the next minute he's Major Tom.
This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door.
Eminem uses the same technique in his masterpiece Stan. In the first few verses, he's the voice of his obsessed fan. In the final verse, he's the voice of himself. Just like David Bowie, Eminem announces his character by giving a name at the beginning of each verse. In this case, the name of whoever the speaker is writing a letter to.
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom. Dear Slim, you still ain't called or wrote. I hope you have a chance. I ain't mad. Dear Mister, I'm too good to call or write my fans. Dear Stan, I meant to write you sooner, but I've just been busy.
The second way a singer might announce a change in personality is through the music. Billy Joel does that in Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. Every time the music changes style, he becomes a different person at a different table in the restaurant.
A bottle of red, a bottle of whites. Things are okay with me these days. Got a good job, I got a good office. I got a new wife, got a new life, and the family is fine. Brenda and Eddie was still going steady in the summer of '75.
Finally, the singer might announce a change in personality by manipulating their voice. In the song Warning, Biggie Smalls receives a phone call that some guys are coming to kill him. Really, he gets paged, but that's neither here nor there. Biggie voices himself and the guy on the phone. Listen, we'll start by hearing him as the guy on the phone, and then he'll turn into himself.
They heard about the pounds that got down in Georgetown, and they heard they got half Virginia locked down. They even heard about the clip you bought your mom up Florida, the fifth coroner called the coroner. There's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing if my burglar alarm starts ringing.
Now that we know how a singer might inhabit multiple personalities in a song, with changes to the lyrics, the music, or voice quality, let's listen to Smooth Criminal. We'll tally up all the personalities Michael Jackson inhabits and look at how he makes the transformation. In the beginning, Michael Jackson is the voice of an omniscient narrator, a detached personality telling us the story of a criminal sneaking into Annie's apartment and attacking her. We know he's the narrator because the whole thing is told in the third person. He came in through the window, she ran into the bedroom.
As I came into the window, was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment, he left the blood stains on the carpet. She ran underneath the table, he could see she was the neighbor. So she ran into the bedroom, she was struck down, it was her doom.
So far, there's nothing unusual. It's just a narrator telling an interesting story over a cool beat. But then Michael transforms. All of a sudden, he's not the detached narrator anymore. Suddenly, he's someone else. He's someone in the scene talking directly to Annie.
Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Is he a concerned neighbor? The 911 operator? We don't really know. He doesn't announce the shift with a name the way David Bowie and Eminem do. But the lyrics do tell us that he's someone else because when he talks about Annie, he doesn't use the pronoun she anymore. Now he's using the pronoun you. As we enter the first chorus, Michael transforms again, this time by changing the quality of his voice. He layers it to turn that one concerned person into many. He also introduces a new lyric, the pronoun us, to make clear that his voice is now that of many people. In addition to changes in the lyrics and changes in his voice, he also uses changes in the music to announce when he's becoming a different speaker. Notice that he's the narrator in the verse, he's one person on the scene in the pre-chorus, and he's many people on the scene in the chorus. It's not surprising then that as we come into verse 2, the narrator returns. The verse is the narrator's music. No more us, no more you. In the verse, it's that detached voice giving us the third person account of people gathered in the entryway giving Annie CPR.
So the camera took the outway, it was Sunday, what a black day. But the Mary sensation, sounding heartbeats.
We might expect that when the pre-chorus comes around again, he'll transform back into somebody on the scene, and he does. This time though, he goes further. He's more than just one individual. By overlapping lines, he makes clear that his is the voice of many individuals gathered at the crime scene. And then in the chorus, just like in the first chorus, he becomes the full group singing together as one. If that were all, really it would be enough. But Michael Jackson is always breaking new ground like it's no big deal. After the instrumental break, he adds 2 more personalities to the roster. First, having been asked the question, "Are you okay?" a billion times, Annie finally answers it, and in the most heartbreaking way possible. I don't know. The transformation into Annie takes place in the lyrics by using the pronoun I, and in the quality of his voice. He goes into the higher register and adds a little quiver. After all, she's been through a lot. Finally, just in time to see Annie at the end of her ordeal, her devastated lover arrives on the scene. We know he's the lover because he calls her baby. Upon seeing Annie's condition, he cries out in grief, "Damn it!" Or in Michael Jackson's G-rated version, "Daggone it." How does he transform into the lover? Well, again, the lyrics provide context and he manipulates the quality of his voice, becoming more aggressive. So let's take a tally. In Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson is the omniscient narrator, the first concerned person on the scene, a whole group of concerned people on the scene, both as an array of voices and in unison, Annie herself, and her devastated lover. There's just nothing like it. Look, it's one thing to tell a story, it's another to write a whole play and then play all the parts yourself. So, who is Michael Jackson? Everyone! And he pulls off that magic trick by using all 3 techniques. Changes in the lyrics, changes in the music, and changes in the quality of his voice. I really hope this opens up a new dimension of Smooth Criminal for you and gives you something else to listen for in music. The default rule of one voice, one personality is everywhere. But now, when you hear a singer break that rule and inhabit multiple personalities, you, like me, are gonna get really excited. I think you know what we're gonna ask for in the comments this week. Can you think of any songs where the singer goes beyond talking about or quoting other characters and actually inhabits multiple personalities in the song? But since songs like that are a little hard to come by, I'll ask another question too. Who are your favorite fictional characters in popular music? Teddy's a big fan of Rocky Raccoon. Put them in the comments. We'd love to know your favorites. That's it for this week. We're coming up on the 4th of July, so we have something special in mind for next time. If you'll allow us another week away from the Hot 100, Teddy and I are going to do a very special episode on the Star-Spangled Banner. Did you know we've been singing it all wrong? That's next week on American Popular Song Today. We'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing makes you feel good inside. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Turns out a Google account is the same thing as a YouTube account. So if you have a Google account like Gmail, you already have a YouTube account. And all you have to do is click the subscribe button.